Welcome back to Comicstorian Classic. Today we're going to be continuing the Immortal Hulk storyline. He's going to meet a brand new Ghost Rider and battle it out, because that's how superhero meetings work. Today's going to be issues 6, 7, and 8 of the 2023 Incredible Hulk run. I hope you guys enjoy. At the Texas encampment, Leo sits on his uncle's old motorcycle from World War II, making engine noises, pretending to be riding alongside his uncle. But suddenly there's a howl from the hill. The family of migrants scatters as the creature rushes at the camp. Someone grabs a gun, opening fire, but the bullets do nothing and the creature attacks. Its jaws sink into the soft flesh. As Leo's mother pulls him beneath the RV, she begins to pray, and the creature gets closer, sniffing out its prey. But Leo's eyes go wide as he watches the wheels of the motorcycle beginning to smoke, suddenly bursting into flames. 1 month later, Bruce Banner and Charlie are walking down a long stretch of highway. Banner suggests they head to the last town, but Charlie shakes her head. "I told you that cop was looking at me funny," reminding Bruce that she is wanted in connection with her father's murder. "Is it true? Did I kill my dad?" Bruce looks down at her for a moment before pointing out that he supposedly wrapped his car around a tree. "I didn't see what kind of shape he was in, but if he was dead, I'm more inclined to blame the car crash than a well-deserved beating." They both look up as a car is approaching them, several workers crammed into the back, but the driver offers to give them a lift. "How far are you going?" he asks in Spanish, and Bruce smiles, answering. "Anywhere is fine, except east. How far is the next town?" The man explains that the next town is 30 miles away, and he offers to let the pair stay in their camp for the night. "You can't be out here at night. Something hunts the roads at night," the man says gravely. Meanwhile, in the next town, Harold walks over to his wife, telling her that he's heading to his meeting and possibly bowling afterwards. When he leans down for a kiss, images of grabbing her by the throat and stabbing her in the neck flash through his mind, but he pushes them away, kissing her goodbye. Driving down the street, he stops at a light, letting a couple cross, but images of running them over flash through his mind. Harold pushes the thoughts away as he pulls over, shaking his head and repeating the mantra that he uses to push the nightmares away. "Our service had meaning. Our lives had value. My mind is quiet and still. My mind is quiet and still," he whispers to himself again and again, pushing away the presence of the Ginny de Gaulle. Meanwhile, Banner and Charlie have arrived at the camp with the workers. While Charlie gets to know the children, Bruce heads out into the dark to rest. "I told you there was something out there. It's not safe outside the camp." The driver warns him again, but Bruce nods, continuing into the dark. "Trust me, friend. It's best if I give you folks a little space." In the camp, Charlie has found Leo in his motorcycle. "Whoa, is that a legit antique Harley from World War II? Whose is that?" Charlie asks the young boy, who smiles from his place, leaning against the flat tire. "It's Uncle Sal's, but it's mine too," Leo says as he plays with his toy cars. "He rides it when the monsters come. He's like an angel, except mean," Leo tells her, and Charlie smiles, glancing to where Bruce is sitting outside of the camp. "I like that. I know an angel like that too," she says. Bruce looks up from his spot next to an old rusty car as a kindly old woman walks towards him. "Jamie asked me to bring you food," she says with a smile, but her face suddenly shifts, her eyes glowing a dangerous green. "You never learn, do you, Banner?" Bruce shakes his head at the sound of the unearthly voice. "Kindness from strangers, watching kids play, a moment to catch your breath. That's all over for you. There's only me. Now run, Banner! Unless you want your new friends to pay along with you." As Charlie and Leo talk, the motorcycle suddenly bursts into flames before their eyes. Leo steps back. "It's coming! Sal only arrives when something bad is close, when the monsters are here," Leo tells her. So Charlie turns to where Bruce was, but her friend has disappeared, his clothing left behind. Nearby, Bruce is running. He's trying to get as far away from the camp as possible, but his body cracks, and he falls to the earth, bones snapping, popping as his body twists in horrific ways. He suddenly roars in pain, and the sound of his voice is replaced by the Hulk as the monster tears his way free of Banner's body. Hulk stands, glaring down at the reflection of Bruce in the pool of blood on the ground. "Never learned, Banner. Should have stayed away." Hulk growls as he looks up at the sound of a motorcycle roaring through the desert. Speeding towards him is a Ghost Rider, clad in military gear, wielding a Tommy gun. The weapon fires as the rider roars at the Hulk, smashing him in the face with Hellfire tires. As the Hulk falls, the Rider wheels about, preparing for another charge.
You're no Ghost Rider I ever saw.
Hulk grunts as he gets to his feet.
I look out for the kid. Say your prayers, ugly. You sleep in hell tonight.
Charlie and the rest of the camp watch from a distance as the Rider charges at the Hulk once again, firing his weapon. What is that? Charlie gasps, and the old woman shrugs her shoulders. It's Leo's guardian angel. Since Leo was little, when he was in danger, it comes. It is one of the Ghost Riders. If the Rider comes, danger is near. The Rider keeps firing, but the Hulk smashes the ground, sending the motorcycle spinning away. The Rider then throws a grenade, and the Hulk begins to burn. Leo, call it off! Charlie shouts, but the camp explains that Leo doesn't control the Rider. He merely protects Leo. Suddenly, there's a howl from behind them. Everyone turns in fear as they realize the real threat has arrived. The real thing that drew out the Rider. Meanwhile, the Hulk is bellowing in rage, grabbing a hold of the motorcycle, smashing it hard into the ground. But the Rider keeps moving.
Touch that kid and I'll put you into the ground!
The Rider shouts, but the Hulk shakes his head.
Kid, I don't know who you're.
He begins to state, but they're both interrupted as the sounds of gunshots echo from the camp. Back in the camp, the Ginny de Gaulle has attacked. Guns are firing, doing no harm to the beast. Charlie tries to protect the kids, but the monster merely swats her away. Suddenly, the Ghost Rider is there, the motorcycle roaring as he drives past, grabbing the monster by the mask. He pulls him along, leveling his Tommy gun, firing into the creature's head. It leaves it shattered on the ground, and the monster struggles to get back up, finding the Hulk standing nearby.
You're one of hers. Where's the eldest?
The Hulk growls.
Man has no place in the garden.
The creature roars as it leaps at the Hulk, but he grabs it out of the air,
smashing it into the ground. Stupid.
The Hulk grunts, looking up as the Rider slowly drives over, pulling to a stop. Hulk glares at him for a moment before reaching down and picking up the Ginny de Gaulle's mask.
Shoot me again and being dead won't save you.
Hulk grunts as he tosses the mask to the Rider. They both look up as Charlie approaches. Hey, you're Harley's badass, man, she says with a smile. The Rider turns a stony gaze upon her, drifting away into a cloud of ash, leaving the bike to return to its natural state. Meanwhile, in the nearest town, the meeting has met. The veterans all sit in a circle mourning the loss of Harold, who died of a heart attack. They mourn him, explaining that he, like the rest of them, struggled when he came back from Iraq. Struggled with the nightmares of what he saw and did over there. He deserved a lot better than to die of a stroke at his age, one of them mutters. But suddenly they all slump over, black goo leaking out of their eyes, noses, and mouths. The goo forms a puddle in the middle of the circle and begins to grow, becoming something with form. The creature rises up.
Foul ravagers, gluttonous devourers, unbidden trespassers, locusts, how I despise you, how I despise your slain fellow. He was mine to slay. They who felled him are known to me. Hunters of devils and men from across the sea, take the gifts I bestow and water my garden with their blood. The creature hisses. Back at the camp, everyone is sitting around the fire, with Charlie commenting that she's really enjoying herself. Jamie offers to let them stay permanently and work, but the Hulk shakes his head. No.
He grunts. Charlie sighs, standing, doing her best Hulk impression.
No, leave me alone,
she grunts, bringing a smile and a chuckle to the Hulk. But the images flash through his mind of smashing Charlie to bits, and he suddenly shakes his head. He looks up, his eyes suddenly turning black, a voice speaking in his head.
Ravaging brute, you have no place in my garden.
The voice growls. The Hulk staggers to his feet, shouting for Charlie and the others to run as he smashes the ground. Oh God, the thing we fought and infected him or something, Charlie shouts, and Jamie jumps to his feet, looking in the distance as the sound of hooves galloping towards them reach their ears. Everyone get out of here, he shouts to the other workers. It's coming, the war devil has come back, he shouts as the riders of the Ginny de Gaulle race towards them. Meanwhile, somewhere on the other side, hyenas are biting at the corpse of the great beast beneath a tree. But Banner rushes at them, the bone of an animal in his hand. He swipes at the beast, trying to fend them off. But they suddenly whine and run off as something else approaches. You're not the Hulk, Banner notes as he looks at the massive creature, an evil red eye glaring at him.
Nor are you. Curious. I take this powerful creature as my vessel, and inside I find this soft, fragile thing. You have no place inside my garden.
The Ginny de Gaulle growls as it stomps closer to Bruce. Outside, the riders of the Ginny de Gaulle and the Hulk are attacking the camp. Charlie tries to flee from the Hulk, but he follows, Ginny de Gaulle's voice escaping his lips. Hulk, it's me, it's Charlie! You used to be an Avenger. These people need our heroes. She shouts, but the Hulk smiles as he lifts a truck preparing to kill the young girl.
Heroes are only in tales. Among men, there are only monsters.
The Ginny de Gaulle growls, but the Hulk suddenly explodes as the roar of a motorcycle fills the camp. Charlie smiles as the rider roars into battle, now with Leo in his sidecar. See, jerk, heroes are real, she says as the Ghost Rider roars through the camp, firing at the Ginny de Gaulle's riders. Leo reaches for the rider's pistol, offering to help, but the rider turns a burning gaze upon him.
No! I came back to keep you alive, kid! This life ain't for you! Not ever!
In the other world, Bruce is running from the Ginny de Gaulle, but the carcass of the great beast rises up, revealing that it is in fact the Hulk, who reaches out, protecting his other half.
Stupid! This isn't Banner's place! Not your place! Mine! Get out!
The Hulk growls, forcing the Ginny de Gaulle to leave. In the real world, the Hulk suddenly snaps out of his possession, finding himself running alongside the Ginny de Gaulle. The Ghost Rider roaring straight at them, firing his weapon, but the Hulk suddenly whirls, throwing the truck that he's carrying through the monsters. They dissolve into a pile of goo, which quickly begins to reform into the vile beast.
Fractured son! Ghost Rider, long and long has it been, no matter! I was there when the first living man entered my garden! I will see the last of you dead, each at each other's hand!
The Ginny de Gaulle bellows, now taking its true form, raising a massive sword to fight our heroes. The Ghost Rider shakes his head, slamming his fist into the ground, creating a burning fissure within the earth. He reaches down, pulling free a hellfire chain.
I ain't been a living man for a good long while.
He growls as he revs the motorcycle, roaring at the monster. The Hulk leaps forward, but the Ginny de Gaulle knocks him out of the air. Hulk struggles to his feet, shaking his head.
Rider, chains!
He bellows. The Ghost Rider swings the chain, tossing it to the Hulk, who wraps it around his arm. The two rush at the Ginny de Gaulle, wrapping the chains around its body, hooking it into the creature and forcing it to pull itself to the ground under its own weight. With this done, the Hulk wrenches the chain, cutting it through the monster's head. It falls, beginning to die, its baleful eyes continuing to glare at our heroes.
Eldest will have you, fractured son. Your flesh is the key. Is hers by right. By the eldest hand, the mother of horrors will return, and she will grant me vengeance upon all mankind.
The Ginny de Gaulle growls before disappearing into the ether. As the monster burns away, the sun begins to crest over the horizon.
Why not you? Aren't you one of the eldest too?
Hulk asks the Ghost Rider.
I heard her call, sure, but I was a Ghost Rider. Disobedience is our whole thing. Besides, something else brought me back. Something that needs the kids safe. That's all I care about. It told me that in the world where he dies, everything goes wrong. So I can't let him. Not here,
the rider tells him. He looks to Hulk, warning him that the eldest knows the girl is his weakness, and the eldest will come after her.
Keep her safe, Hulk. In the end, she'll be the one that matters.
The Ghost Rider says, burning away into ash, leaving the Hulk by himself. And there you have it. We are currently caught up with this run. There's, I think, 2 more issues currently out. Like and subscribe, and you'll know when we cover those issues. But as of this time, they are not completed. So check back, check the playlist. But we got other things to cover here at the channel, such as Venom, such as Suicide Squad, such as Invincible, such as Iron Man and Wolverine. I hope you guys are excited.